Welcome back to Fat Dog Garage. Thank you very much for continuing to like, subscribe, and watch this content. I hope that you guys will continue to do so. With your help, we can grow this channel. Let's get into episode 2 of Ian's build, and we'll do a little recap of Owen Anthony's Beetle. Okay. Welcome back to my shop, Fat Dog Garage. I just wanted to I want to show you the chassis we talked about in that first Facebook video. So for those of you who are watching, this is the chassis. Now I'm going to show you what it is. People already know, but here is the bug. This is Owen Anthony's bug. It's been in process, like I said, I think it's like 27 years. It's crazy. There's a reason for that. You had life events, you know, you had kids, things get out of hand, it doesn't become the priority, but certain circumstances are now actually making it so we can get this car done. One of the things I'd like to say about this car was almost done a couple times, but it just wasn't what we wanted. And if we would have finished this car 15 years ago, it wouldn't be the kind of car that it's going to be when it comes out. I didn't have the skill set to make it happen. I wouldn't have had the skill set to make it happen. There was a lot of problems with this car that I'll show you once we start putting it together that I couldn't solve, and I just didn't have the knowledge to solve them. Like I said, there's a million things on this. If you've ever built anything and then went back and looked at it 10 years later, and like you actually take pride in your work and what you're doing and always want to strive to be better, there's going to be things that you wish you could just change. The problem with this car is it just needs to get done now because, like I said before, it's got a 2x3 chassis that we should have changed. It should have been tubular, should have went strut, but it works, and we're just going to get this car done. I don't think this kind of car, being such a short wheelbase, it's only 95.5 inches, I don't think that, this is recording, right? Okay, it is recording. I wish the screen would stay on. I have to change that preference so I could see it. I don't think that that I want it to go any faster, so it'll only get a 750 cert. Well, that's fast, man. That's fast in something that's this little and this light. Like, again, the car could be way later if there's a million things we did, but there's a million things we could do to make the car better, but this is where it's at. So this car will be finished, and I'm going to feature this on Fat Dog Garage, so you guys will get to see not the whole fabrication process, but you'll get to see us put it together and then see how much of a tight space this is to fit everything in this car. It's like basically anytime you touched anything on this car, you had to go refix what you did before because now nothing fits. So that's where we're at on this car. Anyways, today, there we go, back with the anyways. I need to get rid of that. Anyways, we're back on Ian Hill's car. I want to get this hood fitted today. That is the goal. I'm going to write it down because things always happen when you write it down. That's why I have boards on each everywhere I go. And that's a terrible marker, but I can see it. The goal is to bond on hood today. I can't wait to get the dopamine fix of getting that off. There we go. Goal is to bond on the hood. So there's a lot of work to do that. We need to trim the front end. We're close on the hood, like I got the front nailed down. It's still not there yet though. We're still touching here. You can see it right here. We're touching here at the windshield. Like if I try to push down on this, it still touches. It's flexing there, so we need to adjust that. The front end is still stock under here, so I'm going to have to trim all the front end and the stock stuff off the tree. I'll pull the front end off for the first time. So there's a lot of work to do, and come along and we'll get her done. So what I'm trying to do here is, obviously this body line right here, where is it? Right in here, is beautiful and sexy. It's, obviously they stole that from the Corvette. GM was smart, it had nice shapes. They must have had like a Joe VanO guy working there because, talk about finding the shape, they certainly did here. So I don't want to lose all that shape. So right now, you can see this line that's been scratching into the hood. Man, that's hot. That'll give me a little bit of that body line. I'm probably gonna move it over like another 3 inches. So I have a little bit of, I got the dip at the front, but then it fades into being flat. This hood's really humped up, you know, a little bit of a Pro Mod-esque. I like it. It makes it look really sexy. Plus it, to me, brings out the, it brings the front Outlaw spoiler. It makes the front end look more right, if that makes any sense. It ties the two together. So you got this awesome shape under here, but with the cowl being flat at the front, you know, like GM had it, like the cowl came up here, and then the scoop starts here. To me, I don't like that. I like it. I want the cowl to start as soon as, like, where? There it is. Gotta watch the phone there. I want the cowl to start as soon as possible. So with this hood, we're gonna get that. And I'm just trying to figure out how much of this curve that I want. That's what we're working on right now. The shop is too quiet, man. It's too quiet. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of all these marks that I don't like. Start fresh. Oh, except for that one, should have kept that one. Get rid of this line. Get confused. So this hood still has PVA on it. That's the mold release agent. So stuff's amazing. PVA. It only washes off with water. So, like, you can put acetone all over that thing, it will not wash that off. You will not get paint to stick to that thing. What I like to do is I keep the PVA on during most of the process. Even the bodywork, you can sand it off, of course. So the areas that I'm working get sanded off. You just got to really make sure that that you wash it before you send it out to the customer. Because I've had that happen. We put the wing on Tom's car, Tom Craig's Camaro, and Joe said before I walked out the door, "Dog." Joe had a nickname for everybody. Luckily, I came with my own nickname, Fat Dog. So he called me Dog. And, see, damn. So what I'm gonna try to do is, if I can't think of what to say next, I'm just gonna pause. Have a dramatic pause instead of using those 3 words. Chris Lozon asked me where I came up with the name Fat Dog. I'm influenced a lot by the Beastie Boys. Grew up in that, you know, Generation X. Yeah, we're Generation Xers, yeah, for sure. So I grew up with the Beastie Boys, so I got a lot of Beastie Boy influences. And the one line, I think it's on License to Ill, is "How can I be so skinny and live so fat? Because I'm all that." And that's where Fat Dog came from. And I work like a dog. Self-induced, obviously, but that's where it comes from. Fat Dog Fabrication, now turned into Fat Dog Garage. All right, so we're outside checking out the hood line. I just want to show you guys the hood line. Joe always told me to look down the line of the hood. I had to re-record this because it's really windy outside and I didn't want to destroy your guys' ears with wind noise. So as you can see, if you look down the hood, you can see how the line is not straight. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use that stick, the 40 grit stick, to get this line straight. You can see the high spots there kind of marked out. See, if you look right down there, you can see what is high and where it needs attention. I'm not a body guy. My dad's a body guy. My brother Mark's a body guy. It was never my intention. You can see on this side now, I have taken the stick and smoothed those lines out. There is a high spot right up in here. But because of the arc of the hood and the way the hood goes on, I'm going to leave that for now. And we'll come back and address that later. You can see the hump of the hood there. So this is what happens. You use the stick, stroke it out, and it does the job. It gets it straight. As you can see right here, see how the hood arcs? Yeah, it's really windy out, so kind of dangerous with that hood being out there. Front end is outside. I have it marked here. You can see my 2 lines. I got one where the edge of the hood will be and one where I'm cutting it. I mark it with a bronze Sharpie. That way it's very visible on the black paint. Here I'm going to get this cut. I'm going to use the zip wheel, the Walter zip disc for the straight areas, and my Milwaukee 4.5-inch grinder, which is really nice. And I'm going to use a reciprocating saw to take care of the corners. Then I will grind the surface down and get it ready to prep. Okay, she's getting gross. This is where we get gross. Where am I going with that? She's wild in here. She's wild, man. She's wild. She's wild. Oh no, I think I cut it off on the wrong line. The suspense. Just kidding. I cut it on the right line. All right, let's move on. Headed to the scrap pile. Actually, you know what? These would actually be, usable for somebody. They can make some Zeus rails. It down. I'm gonna see if I can find an edge, and then I'm just gonna pop a wedge in there. Knock them right off, hopefully. Hopefully, we'll see. Maybe I'm full of crap. See that? Ripped it right off. Wow, the glue stayed right. So that's core material right here. This is Sork. You ripped it right off the Sork. More garbage. Now that's in your eyes, through the skies. Now that you grow long, that you feel so strong. Now that's it, you hypocrite. Don't call me, don't call me, don't call me hypocrite. Hey now, hey now. Feel it coming, hey now, there's the world's between us, but we still laughing. And religion, who knows the truth? Fill you full of fear. If you sin, they think they know the truth, but they're all full of lies and deceit. Know the perfect grace. Jesus is white. Oh, okay. That was fun. That's an evening belt. Harbor Freight's finest. Hey, if you guys want to hook me up and tell me what's a better brand to use as far as sanding belts for that guy, or even a better brand of tool, or you just want to send me some, bring it on. Told them the truth. Who told them the truth? Does anybody really know? Okay, so what we're looking at right here is the pad that the front end was glued onto from the tree to the bottom of the valence. As you can see, this was glued on with panel bond. As you can see, the panel bond's so strong that the first layer of carbon has completely stuck to the pad, and when I knocked the front end off the pad, it's literally ripped the front end right apart. So here we have the first layer of carbon and the foam is left. So panel bond is extremely strong. I really like it too. It's a nice product. I don't use it. I haven't used it. I use methacrylate, Plexus 310, but I think I might look at using this panel bond. I also like it because it's black and you can body work it. Front end, you guys just watch the front end and make sure it doesn't blow away. I'm gonna go get my DA sander with a fresh piece of 40 on there and see if this doesn't make it quicker. What I want to do is I'm trying to take the paint off all the way to the carbon. I'll show you that right here. It's windy out here, so that's not going to be any good. I can just use it for right here. See this? I want this whole surface, the glue surface. This right here is S-class, and I want this to be right here. What the hell? Okay. Huh. Okay. Huh. That's never happened before. I don't even know what's a muffler or something. Oh wait, I gotta get that kind of thing away from my face. Wow. Okay. That's a first. That's never happened. Looks like the mufflers blew off the back. Yeah, wild. She wild, man. She wild. Okay, let's get technical. So I prep it by hand. The wind is just blowing this thing around like crazy. What are we at here? It's hard to read that like that, dude. Oh yeah, see? So this is 45 thousandths of an inch thick. So you don't want to be in there with your grinder and it get loose on you. Carbon is really funny to cut because it grabs and wants to pull like crazy. Again, the difference between fiberglass and carbon, the carbon is going to grab your zip wheel and try to drag you all around the shop. So yeah, I just prepped this by hand and this is it. I got this surface ready. What I'm going to do here is give this all a little acetone wash with a clean rag. And then I'm going to go grab some bonding putty and some methacrylite. Okay, so here we are. It's dew time, do or die. So right here we have bonding putty. I'm going to use this to do basically the back sides of the fenders. It takes less time to kick. My methacrylite, I have like a working time of 15 to 20 minutes. That's why I would really like to try that panel bond, because I think the working time is longer. But we'll be fine now. It's kind of chilly. It's chilly out. Yeah, I'll be fine. I've done this before. Okay, so as you can see, we got the Zeus fasteners are now removed out of the hood. The hood is officially glued, I hope. You won't know until we find out. I'm gonna pull the front end off and lay up the backside. So make this permanently number one. I gotta fill these holes in, and I'll do that with the bonding putty that I showed you guys yesterday. I gotta fill these holes in the front grille, because customer doesn't want those anymore. And I'm looking at sprucing up this turbo inlet area with one of our turbo inlets. This is one out of the garbage, so one out of my scrap pile. Actually, I call it Ryan's scrap pile. And so I'm looking at putting this in here. I'm gonna see. I'll unbolt this and see what it looks like. If it's not gonna work, we won't use it, but that's where I'm at the moment. So I'm going to the other shop. I'll be taking this to the other shop, and you guys aren't allowed in the other shop. And it's time to get gross, dirty, dusty. I'm not looking forward to it, but hey, it's part of the job. Just remember, cover up, safety first. All right, it's tradition, one for the road. Let's see how we go. Let's see what we make out. Ooh, 409, not bad. Not perfect, but not bad.